Oh.
Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast, where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson give you strategies to get you out of the office right now so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
Hello, thank you for joining us once again here on the Take a Listing Today podcast. Jim Studebaker here, and there's Todd Robertson.
And over here in her luxury VIP suite, the wonderful producer Lisa Gray in the house.
Thank you. I'm bowing for those that are listening and not watching.
Wow.
I took a bow.
Why are you bowing at our viewers and listeners?
Oh, because didn't you just call me something amazing? I don't know.
Yeah, I said the wonderful producer.
Yeah.
So I was bowing in gratitude of his wonderful accolades.
Well, he's speaking for me as well, so yes. Whatever he said about you, yeah.
Well, you didn't bow.
Todd didn't bow. You were the one who bowed.
Yeah,
you bow.
This is a podcast about Buddhism today, about bowing in Buddhism and being grateful.
Wait, let's switch the podcast. We have one that we talk about mindfulness. Maybe that should go first.
With that said,
off the rails.
With that said, don't forget to follow the Take a Listing Today podcast on social media. We are at Take a Listing on Instagram and X, and the Take a Listing Today podcast on Facebook, and of course our website, takealistingtoday.com. Speaking of today's podcast on Take a Listing Today, we're going to tell you how to establish your worth as a real estate agent. And what will we learn about that, Lisa?
Well, I just think this is a really great time this year. I mean, it started in spring with the NAR settlement. I mean, everybody's so tired of hearing those words, right?
Yes.
But it's just part of our life, part of our existence. It's like COVID. We got to a point where we're like, please stop saying the words COVID. I can't take it anymore. But it's part of life. So we're going to just discuss it openly. We're not going to hide from it like it's an elephant in the room. So because of that, I think there's a lot of speculation or maybe wavering feelings or opinions about the value and worth of a real estate agent. So I don't think we can hit this subject enough. And I believe you need our support right now, real estate agents out there. Yeah. And so we want to just help you, support you in any way we can. So this is a topic for you. Get you all full of courage and strength and knowing how insanely amazing you are. So that's what this topic's about.
Love it.
Very nice.
All right, well, let's hear all about it here. Real estate clients have access to vast online resources, tempting many to buy or sell properties without a real estate agent. As an agent.
Craziness.
I know.
Crazy.
It's crucial to define your value clearly and communicate that to the market. Educating them on the unique benefits you bring to the table not only reinforces your expertise, but also helps build trust. And this will lead to long-term relationships and referrals.
Yeah, this is the time to really step forward in a confident way. And whatever you need to do to get there mentally, you've got to do it. If that means reading books, watching inspirational things on YouTube, whatever it is, or listening to amazing podcasts like this that help get you in that mind frame, or becoming part of a networking group that gets you in that frame of mind that's really positive and understanding your value and your worth. You got to step out in those shoes right now. It's so important. And then
I love it.
Yeah, go ahead, Todd.
No. Finish your thought.
I was just going to say, if you believe it, then your market will believe it.
Right.
Yes. You've got to be congruent. I wrote down something as you were going through that. I love it. Yeah. And if they're considering, especially in this market, going without a real estate agent, NAR tells us that there's only one reason a buyer would bypass 95% or 98% of homes on the market with realtors and go to those 2%. It's to save money. And they say on average, the sellers are going to get 9% less because that's their one incentive, is to save money. So this right here is critical to not only making sure that doesn't happen, but to separate yourself from all the other real estate agents out there if they're going to choose one.
Yeah, there's so many things that people who are attempting to sell their home, like they looked it up on YouTube or something, as though they're fixing a fence post.
Right.
They just don't understand all of the nuances of selling a home and what it involves. And that's a big one, what you just talked about right there, that they just don't get. They don't have the perspective in that moment to flip themselves around into buyer hat and understand that Yeah, a buyer who's looking in the MLS or they're on Zillow, Realtor, wherever, looking at homes, those are the homes that they want to look at. Those are the homes they want to see. If they drive by something that's for sale by owner, they've either run out of ideas or they're not finding stuff in their price range, or they're thinking, oh, it's in the same neighborhood for sale by owner. I can't touch the price on any of these homes. I'm going to get in there and bop these people on the head until I get the price I want. Yeah, without an agent, they know these homeowners will not be as empowered and strengthened, and the likelihood of getting what they want, twisting their arm, may be higher. So it's not going to be a good outcome for those DIYers. Yep. It never will be a good outcome.
All right, so first step, articulate your role clearly. One of the key challenges agents face is the misconception that buying or selling a home is simple. To counter this, you need to clearly articulate your role as more than just a facilitator of paperwork. Explain to clients that you are an advisor, negotiator, market expert, and problem solver. For buyers, your knowledge of local markets, access to off-market listings, and ability to navigate complex negotiations are invaluable. Sellers benefit from your pricing strategy expertise, professional marketing, and negotiation skills to get the best possible price for their home.
Yeah, and I think that just saying things like that will go in one ear and out the other. Most people won't retain that information. So if you are doing pre-listing packets, which I would recommend doing in this market right now, you want every opportunity to get in front of your potential client that you can. This type of stuff needs to be in writing. It needs to be done in a bullet pointed way that is very visual and easy to see. If you do an infographic, or if you can figure out some kind of chart, some kind of visual that makes it very easy to understand the value of an agent, what they bring to the table. Somebody was talking about the other day that an agent did a video where they added up the cost of every aspect of what they do, what they bring to the table. And if you are being paid hourly for something like that and all of these skill sets, what you would end up paying. And of course, it's way more than the commission you pay a real estate agent. Mm-hmm. So I think you have to get visual with this, create a booklet, create a direct response report, create infographics, whatever you can, and get that in your pre-listing packet. Make sure you bring it again to your listing appointment and leave that behind there. Put it on the back of your direct mail marketing so that it's outlined there. You want it everywhere. Put it on your website. Put it in your social media. Create posts around it on Canva or whatever. Just drill that in their head. These different bullet points that Jim just went over, because they are incredibly valuable. And your market's got to get it. They've got to get it.
I actually love what you just said. I wrote down, we're on the same page. I wrote down 3 things real quick. That if someone's going to articulate their role clearly, like let's say a couple today is deciding to, hey, honey, we're going to go look at homes. We need a real estate agent. Well, they're going to start doing homework. So your online presence needs to articulate that at level 10. They're going to do homework. That's easy to do. Yes, I wrote down pre-listing package as well. That needs to be robust and stronger. If they're going to interview 20 agents, it's got to be better than 19 of them. And I also wrote down their marketing materials. Bring those and show them what you do and what you've done for other people. So not only you have your marketing working, but bring some examples to show them what you're going to do for them as well. And that will help you articulate and separate. Even,
I was just, as you're talking, I was thinking about some kind of video. I've known people in sales industries to actually take their cell phone and hold it in front of them and do a quick video. We're talking something under 50 seconds, talking to whomever they're going to be meeting with, and then shoot that over in a text to that person's phone number. So now they have them visually in front of them with something that they can play a couple times. Even if you said, hey, our appointment's coming up, just want to go over a couple things with you, what I'm bringing to the table, and you hit a couple of those bullet points real quick, and you send that video to them. Now they've got a pre-listing packet. They're going to have a listing packet when you get there that day. They've got a video of you reminding them visually of what you look like and your conviction and your confidence in that video, and you're bullet pointing your value in that video. They can play that again and again and again. They can save it if they want to their phone. Put that kind of stuff up on your YouTube channel as well and put it all over social media. That would be one other way to get in front of them that I think is phenomenal.
As long as you know how to use a video camera on your phone, why not video record some testimonials from your satisfied clients.
Oh, definitely. I mean, and Todd talks about this all the time, to catch them right after closing. And you're standing out in the parking lot, pick up your phone and say, if they start talking, oh, you're so great. You're so great. Wow. I love what you just said. Can I video you saying that right now? Hold on. I'm going to turn my phone on. You are so awesome. I love how you said that. And get a video and say, I'm going to put that on my social media. I'm going to make you a star.
And do it before they can process what you just said.
Totally.
Right?
Totally. Can you imagine having having just a playlist in your YouTube channel?
Right.
It's where you're capturing these people after closing, and how many closings do you do in a year? That's how many you'll have on your YouTube channel in 1 year. How many will you have there in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? And you can just randomly be throwing them out on different social media again and again. Yeah. Giving people the link to that playlist where they can play them all. Yeah. Super valuable. Having a page on your website where you've got them all embedded there. I love that. Great idea.
Not only that, it costs zero money, and that's normally the excuse why people don't do things. So it's just a matter of getting comfortable with the technology, and that's a brilliant idea that costs zero money.
Oh my gosh. I'd love to be a realtor so I could just do that thing, make a home run with what Jim just said. That is such a great idea.
Well, speaking of money, I know we're a low budget podcast, Lisa, but are we trying to save money on staples now?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
What does a staple cost?
Yeah, we're getting.
Are we that bad off?
See, now mine, I don't know if you can see out there in television land.
Yours got stapled?
No, I folded my cord.
Oh.
That's how I created a fake staple. No, we're not out of staples, but I just was so excited to get in the studio. I ran in with our outlines without them stapled.
Well,
the excitement just was overflowing. And
there's no page numbers either, so hopefully these aren't out of order. All right. Next,
I would like if you mix the two shows up. That would be even better.
That would be something, wouldn't it? All right. Well, we'll see if we can keep on track here, and I can keep the two shows separate. Yeah. Set boundaries and expectations. Setting some clear boundaries with clients from the beginning of your working relationship is crucial. Many agents fall into the trap of being always available, which can lead to burnout and unrealistic expectations. Instead, explain how you will communicate and set clear guidelines on response times. Not only does this show professionalism, but it also demonstrates that you value your time and you're efficient in your approach.
It's another one of those things that I think you need to have everywhere. If you could create a bumper sticker about how to reach out to you and where you're available, when you're available, how you're available, and stick that on the side of their car or on their forehead, you cannot say this enough. And to verbally say it is definitely not enough. So this is another one of those things that you want to have in your listing packet when they sign with you. It's bulleted on a piece of paper. Maybe you have it on a little magnet they can stick on the side of the refrigerator. So while they're working with you during that period of time, they can always glance at it. Or it's some little thing that you send them, you text them from your phone, a little JPEG image that says, if you want to reach me, here's how to do it for this. If you're just calling with a quick question, if you're call my assistant for these things, call me for these things.
Right.
If it's this, email me. That's the quickest way to hear from me. And you've got it all outlined so nobody's ever wondering, what did she say? When are we supposed to do? What are we? And then you're frustrated because you end up emailing. And for that situation, that's not the quickest way to hear from her. And now you're getting mad at her. And if you had just reached out to her assistant has all that information. But you don't know that because you forgot because she only said it to you verbally one time.
And in terms of negotiating and letting them know how often you'll be in contact, I know one of the major complaints out there is agents will go take a listing, right? Probably overprice it.
You add that in there, huh?
Right. So one thing is, and I know some realtors hate to do it, but you've got to be tough, is when they're pre-framing them about communication, is letting them know, I'll be in touch with you once a week about your listing, give you a market report, something of that nature, because a lot of people get scared, like, oh my gosh, I overpriced it $20,000. I don't want to talk to them. So that's critical.
Right. I would even consider, this is kind of out there, this idea, but I've been on websites before where they have like a contact form page or, need help kind of page. And you can quickly just put in, this is my issue. Or, they might even have a drop down as a subject related to this, or this. And then you hit send. And then a lot of these companies are so good. You get a receipt right away into your email box saying, we got this. Somebody will be with you in a couple hours.
Right.
I know that probably sounds crazy to do that with a client, but I think the issue is very often they have a thought in their head and they're afraid they're going to forget it. So they're dying to talk to somebody to get that thought out, that question out, that idea out. Even if they had somewhere that they could very quickly just drop that note, hey, I'm curious about this. And they know that within 2 hours, either the assistant or somebody is going to come back when it's a question, something simple, a simple question or comment, not urgent. That might even be an option just to get it off their chest so they're not thinking about it. And they know, oh, they got the receipt in their email. Yep. They know somebody's going to get back to them and they can let it go.
Perfect. And make sure you get back with them. Yeah. I did that same thing with the car wash that I go to last week, and I still haven't heard from them.
Okay, see, that's... And then there are companies like that are horrible. But man, when they do that well, that is such a great feeling when you go to that form page and you hit submit, and all of a sudden you look in your email box and there's a receipt, and then within an hour... I did that with Zoom the other day. Within, I think, 15 minutes, all of a sudden, boom, I got something in the inbox responding. And then I came back to that. And I love when you can reply right back to that, because very often you can't reply back to, whatever that is. And we went back and forth a couple times within an hour. It was awesome. Hey, some of that could even be set to an AI type thing. Could you imagine that? If you know you're getting the same questions all the time and they're more general, and you had something like that set up with an AI, and it just comes back and responds in an email. Oh, here. Or maybe it responds right there in a chat. Here. Oh, this is what you want to know. Sure. Let me explain that to you. I'll tell you, those AIs are getting better and better. In fact, with ChatGPT, you can actually upload a lot of your emails, the way you communicate, a lot of information that you have on file that maybe you would use in those situations to respond, so that it even responds in your voice style, the way you articulate. And now you've got this chat AI that's responding to a lot of those questions. And you tell people, you tell your client, if you have any questions that are general questions, go to my chat box first, and you'll be surprised how much of that you're going to get responses on. Again, all of this needs to be laid out in a way that they know what to do. It's a magnet on their refrigerator, and they'll be happy. The worst is when you can't get a hold of someone you don't know.
Yeah. Todd, eventually, I think we could get an AI robot to read the script here, and we won't have to show up anymore.
Hello, I'm Todd, and this is Jim. In the corner is Lisa.
No, it'll actually look like us and sound like us. That's when we're really getting somewhere, right?
We're not going to sound like a corny 60s version of a robot.
I saw this other guy speaking the other day, and he had the AI right next to him. Of him, it was his twin, because you can make those now. And it was moving, and it was dressed like him. It looked like him. The voice was his voice. It was unbelievable. It was uncanny. Wow. Yeah.
Crazy.
All right. Well, moving on now. Be transparent when negotiating commissions. Commission negotiations can be a sensitive topic, but it's also an opportunity to show your worth. Rather than focusing solely on price, emphasize the full range of services that you offer. For example, explain the marketing strategy you will implement, including professional photography, staging, online advertising, and open houses.
I love it.
I turn this page over.
One thought.
We're under attack.
Wild beast.
What's happening here? Todd, can we see your little puppy? No?
No.
We hear him.
He wants to be seen.
My staff has him covered.
Your staff.
Right.
Somebody's muzzling him as we speak.
See, that brings the human into the podcast.
Did somebody
today.
just throw a pillow over his face, Todd?
We had my dog on a show once.
Yes.
And now,
I had him on mute.
Oh, no, he's unmuted.
Right. All right. Were you going to say something, Todd, or are you just barking? You muted yourself? Okay, keep going. All right. We'll keep.
Yes. So the one thing I wanted to say.
Him and his dog are back.
I attempted.
He attempted something.
He's attempting to talk to his staff to say, put the dog in the other room,
or
maybe
throw it out
outside,
in the yard.
Right? Or bring him here. He's probably just upset that he's not on the show.
Well, everybody wants to be on our show.
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead, Todd, we're like on bated breath waiting to hear what you say.
Well, so on this topic, I noticed this morning as I'm going through Facebook that in my development where I'm selling 2 places right now, there's its own Facebook page, right?
Right.
And I thought it was so brilliant because there were a bunch of photos and in caps it said, and we're offering 3.5% to the buyer side. And I just thought that was brilliant because that's bigger than transparent. That's leading with something. So what's going to happen? So somebody goes to show 4 condos in there today or 4 houses in there today. And one's, they have to find out one's at 2%, one's at 1.5, which one are they going to work hardest to sell? So the 3.5. So that's going to make you more money by offering stronger commission because they're going to come in with a better offer.
Well, and they found a way to get that information out there because that's the trick now is, when buyer's agents you're talking about that was a seller that put that up for the buyer's agents, right? Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now buyer's agents, it's got to be a really tricky situation right now when you're feeling unsure about where you're getting your money, and there will be listing agents that will have homeowners that'll say, no, we're not giving it to you.
Sure.
So it's tricky. It's funny. This was meant so that you wouldn't be compromised in showing homes. That was the whole point of this settlement. But yet in some ways you're almost more compromised as a buyer's agent because if there are places where you're not getting that money and other places where you are, where it's black and white clear, okay, all of these agencies' homes, I know I'm going to make what I usually make.
Mm-hmm.
These over here, we may be at the closing table negotiating this, and it may go south and the whole deal may fall through. So where are you showing homes?
Well, and it might be the buyer instructing the buyer's agent to do that. The buyer could say, look, I'm not paying you. So only show me homes where the seller is paying your commission.
Yeah. So I love that they found a way. Obviously, we know there's new companies and platforms showing up out there. I don't know if those are going to work or not. It's like the Wild West where you can go on and apparently listing agents are posting homes or using tags to post all of the different descriptions of the home and then the amount that they're paying the buyer's agent. Then as a buyer's agent, you can go in, type in 3-bedroom, pool, whatever it is, the tags you're looking for, and then search on it and see all the homes that show up with the price you're going to get. Right. Those types of platforms are showing up like crazy. I don't know if they're going to get knocked down, if somebody, an government entity out there is going to say, oh, nope, can't do that either. I don't know. But they found a way around it on Facebook.
My understanding is that the whole settlement just meant the MLS could not display compensation. Not that anybody else couldn't show it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know how are they going to stick their nose back in or not. I don't know. If it's like a low-hanging fruit, I don't know.
If it's the government, they'll probably stick their nose where it doesn't belong. They normally do. Anyway, I digress there. Finally, if clients push for a lower commission, can you believe that? Clients pushing for a lower commission?
Weird.
Remind them that cutting costs could mean cutting corners. This could potentially result in a lower sale price or missing out on ideal properties. Demonstrating the long-term financial benefits of your expertise will help justify your fees.
Well, and on the when you were talking earlier, you were naming things like staging and professional photography and virtual tours and all these things cost money. All of this is not free. The aerial views with the drones.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
All of that costs money. So if all of a sudden you've got this person who is set on paying you less, you've got to look at where are you going to cut. And boy, the expectation with buyers now when they get on the MLS, they expect to see the drone view. They expect professional photography. They expect a virtual tour. Mm-hmm. They expect all of that.
Sure.
So now you're stripping all those things away from the home that you want to sell, your biggest investment, to save what? What is it really? What are we talking about here that you're going to save? That again may end up result in a lowered price where you really lose money. So this has to be really made clear in a positive way by agents, and it is not enough to say it verbally. You have to find other ways to show this that can stay in front of them, that they can hold in their hand.
Right. So your mission, clearly define your value. set your boundaries, and negotiate transparently.
Yeah.
Do that, and you'll be an indispensable partner in your client's journey.
Exactly.
Journey.
Yes.
Echo.
All right.
Love it.
That's how you establish your worth as a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know how
And
else you
now-
can establish your worth? By doing some great marketing on behalf of your clients. And we happen to have a few people here who have done some great marketing on behalf of their clients, courtesy of our
Love it.
friends at ProspectsPLUS.com, Sarasota, Florida. Proud sponsor of today's show. Any ideas? Anybody?
Right in the middle. Right in the
Y'all
middle.
been
Yeah,
so great so far.
I was thinking the same thing, right in the middle. Yeah.
Here?
Yep. You might have
All
to
right.
pick the next one, Jim.
Talking about median down payments. All right. Wonderful. Going to Midland, Texas. This is Stacy, 432-413-7061.
Let me see the front of that. Hold it up. For first time buyer. Okay, so that's the buyer series. All right.
Buyer series.
Group, Stacy speaking.
Hello, Stacy. This is Jim, and I'm with Todd and Lisa. We're calling on behalf of ProspectsPLUS.com. Do you know that fine company? I think they do some postcard mailings for you.
Yes.
Well, we're calling today. We're on the Take a Listing Today podcast, and we wanted to spend a moment of your time, if you have a free minute, to talk about your marketing and give you a chance to win a gift card good for about anything on ProspectsPLUS.com.
Okay.
Sound good?
She's in.
Sounds good.
We always like the laughter when you laugh at us. That helps build up our self-esteem. Thank you, Stacy. Todd, what do you got?
Yeah, I wanted to let Stacy know that this podcast goes out to over 60,000 people. So if you don't mind sharing your first and last name and a phone number and what city you sell real estate in, so potentially referrals can find their way to you.
Sure. Stacy Gonzalez, 432-413-7061, and I proudly serve Midland, Texas.
All right.
Very nice.
Wonderful.
Love it.
So the card I've got in my hand, Stacy, talks about median down payment for first-time buyers is 6%. I understand this is part of the buyer series on ProspectsPLUS.com. Do you do like a campaign or one-off mailings? How are you using this?
So I'm using it as part of a drip campaign for basically for renters that have been sitting, waiting for the interest rates to drop.
Very smart. The timing on this is perfection because the rates
It is.
are dropping. You are smart. You are really smart.
Yes. So we started this a while back. I think we're in our 7th month now. I'd have to go back and double check. So luckily, we know the Fed dropped rates today, and I've gotten 2 text messages from that drip campaign for people that are ready to come in and sit down, meet with a lender, and get their home buying process started, which is great.
That's amazing. What size was your mailing, Stacy?
I'm doing the jumbo postcards. I want it to be noticeable.
How many did it mail to? How many hundred?
I think right now, because we're looking at a specific range, so we're looking at, I want to say minimum income level, 55,000 up, first time and job history. So I want to say it's going out to 95 different renters all throughout the city.
So think about that. 95. So under sorry about that. So the cost of that mailing was so low, and if she helps these 2 that she's gotten the 2 texts already, the return on investment on this is unbelievable.
Beautiful.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh. That's incredible, Stacy. Wow. That is incredible.
Well done on your end, Stacy. Most realtors are not doing what you're doing. Well
No.
done.
That's great.
Thank you.
We've got to let her win some money now.
Yeah.
The money at times. Stacy, can you put your thinking cap on? Jim's questions sometimes are a little bit tricky.
Yes, it's a quiz.
Did I mention you have to correctly answer a Take a Listing Today podcast trivia questions? You get the gift card, Stacy.
No. Okay. Well, let's see. My brain was already fried before this podcast.
Are you having one of those Wednesdays? Yes.
It's been Monday since last week. It hasn't stopped.
Oh.
So,
Oh boy.
Wow.
That's a good sign.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it's better than having nothing to do and not being busy, right?
Well, she
that-
definitely doesn't sound like she has nothing to do.
Right.
It sounds like she's
Well,
frazzled.
no, guys, and you got to keep this in mind too. Is I started my own office not even 2 months ago.
Oh, wow.
So-
Okay.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh.
Nice.
Wow. Well
Yeah,
done.
Hey.
So yeah, it's been a journey. So okay, well,
Yep.
hit me with a question.
She's
and we'll see
ready.
if we answer it right.
She's ready.
Jen, be good to her.
Well-
Be easy. Be easy.
I'll give you an easy one, Stacy. And to help you out, I'll give you the question and 3 possible answers. Just give me the correct answer. So it's a 1 in 3 chance right there. Ready?
Okay.
All right. Here's the question. A Scotland cruise line purchased insurance to protect it from damage caused by what? Is it
Ooh.
A, Aquaman,
That's great.
B, Blackbeard,
Ooh.
or C, the Loch Ness Monster?
Oh, now this does not seem like a fair question, Stacey. It
was
does
a
not
lot.
seem fair.
Yeah, that's the Loch Ness Monster for sure. I mean,
I like that answer. I like that answer.
That guy,
I love it.
That guy's in Scotland, right? The Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
So, all right, I buy that. All right. Let's see a Loch Ness Monster. Hey! Stacy, it is the Loch Ness Monster. And Todd, what does Stacy win today?
Stacey, congratulations. Thank you for being a trooper and being on our show. You are going to get a $100 gift card sent to you by Lisa to use for just about anything on Prospects Plus website, and some swag from the Take a Listing Today podcast. So thank you for being a trooper.
thank you guys.
Hey, thanks,
Thank you so
Stacy.
much.
Take care of yourself. You're doing a phenomenal job. Give yourself a pat on the back.
Thank you guys so much. Have a great one.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Take
Bye.
care.
That one was too easy. Who
You know-
kept saying what make it easy? That was like
Well, I was
Well,
thinking Aquaman, you know,
Okay,
'cause
no.
come on.
But the Blackbeard, depending on the year, I thought, okay, was there insurance back then? Because I could see that, you know, because pirates.
Pirates.
I mean,
Pirates.
I could get insurance with that, but I think the insurance company made out on that one.
I think so. I think they're collecting some premiums
Yeah.
and never paying out.
right. They had
it's
big
still not
campaigns. They had big
They
campaigns.
probably have to have some proof.
What-
Yeah, it was Loch Ness Monster, not an iceberg that you hit, right?
Right.
All right. What else we got, Lisa?
That's it. That's it. Just get out there. Feel confident. Hold your head high and your shoulders back.
Definitely love it.
That's like exhibit confidence where you go. And if you act like you know what you're talking about, people will believe you. So
That is very true.
that's how I get by in life. What about you, Todd?
Act as if. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
One foot in front of the other. Yep.
There you go.
Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you once again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.